The reason why you people please is because you have no boundaries. You want everyone to see you as this perfect being. The reason why you people please is because you want people to like you. You want to control the narrative, right? But what if I told you people pleasing is actually a form of manipulation? What if I told you that people pleasing screams desperation? You're desperate for friends, for relationships, for connections. That's what you are. You are desperate, okay? And listen, this video is coming from a former people pleaser, okay? I used to be the queen of people pleasing because I wanted to be liked. I wanted to be validated. I wanted to be seen as a good person. I wanted people to know that I could always be there for them. I'm worthy of connection. I'm worthy of friendship. I'm worthy of love. And in the midst of all the people pleasing that I used to do, I became very, very resentful, okay? Because all of the things that I was doing for everyone else, I was never getting reciprocated back to me, okay? When you people please, you think that if you just do what they ask, you're gonna keep the peace. There's not gonna be any arguing, no confrontation. Everyone's just gonna get along. But people pleasing only keeps the peace for them. It doesn't keep the peace for you. Because internally, you're not happy. A lot of times when we're people pleasing, we're agreeing to things that we don't even want to do because we want to be seen as the friendly person, the nice person. So every time you say yes to something that you don't really want to do, you are losing the peace within yourself. And then you get resentful because the things that you're doing for other people, you see it's not being reciprocated back to you, right? And since it's not being reciprocated back to you, you're getting mad, irritated, frustrated at them. But in reality, you should be getting mad, irritated, and frustrated with yourself because you're the one that said yes. Nobody held a gun to your head and told you that you had to do this, that, and the third. You chose to. They chose to say no to you. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that friendships and relationships don't need to be reciprocal because they should be. Everything should be reciprocated, but they have already shown you multiple times that they're not going to reciprocate, and you still say yes. You still have no boundaries, and then you wonder why at the end of the day you feel drained and resentful because you keep people pleasing. You keep trying to perform. You want to be seen as the nice person, the good person. But what you're doing is losing the peace within yourself. We have got to get to a point on our journey where we learn how to tell people no. No, I do not want to loan you money. Good morning. No, I do not want to give you a ride. No, I am not going to sit on the phone and talk to you about your man that keeps cheating on you. No, the answer is no. No, you cannot stay with me. No, 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 no. You should be passing out more no's than yeses. It does not make you a bad wife because you want to put your business first or your goals, whatever it is. It does not make you a horrible friend because you want to prioritize your happiness. It does not make you a bad mother because you want to lock in. That makes you human. That makes you human, okay? You deserve to work on yourself. You deserve to reach your goals, okay? And listen, these people that we people please for, these are grown-ass adults. We're not talking about little kids here. We are talking about adults, okay? Stop trying to be seen as the nice person, okay? And honestly, if you want to get real with it, people don't even respect people who people please. See, you think that you'll get people to like you because you're always at their beck and call. You're always doing all these things for them. But they're not going to like you. And they're not going to respect you because you let them walk all over you. That's what you do. So when you people please, you actually lose respect. People typically respect people who have a backbone. People who don't let people walk all over them. People who know how to say no. That's what people respect. So you're actually doing yourself a disservice by doing all the people pleasing. Now, why was I people pleasing? I was people pleasing because I always wanted friends. I told you guys, I'm a very introverted person. I've been like this for as long as I can remember. I'm just very to myself. I don't speak unless spoken to, right? I just like to be by myself a lot, okay? Now, but back then, I was introverted, but I was craving for human connection, right? Like I really wanted friends. I wanted validation. I believe that when people had a lot of friends, it showed that they were worthy of friendship. They're a better person because they have all of these friends, right? And so I wanted that. And so when I would make friends, I didn't want to lose the friendships, right? I wanted to make sure that me and whoever I was friends with were always friends. I didn't want any confrontation. I didn't want any, anything negative. I was fearful of, saying no to people and then now they don't want to be my friend, okay? So I would do things that I didn't necessarily want to do just to keep the peace, just to keep them liking me, right? And listen, when you live like that, it's because you feel like you have to perform for love. That's what it is. That's what it was for me. I felt like, someone liking you, they can't just like you because it's you. People only like you when you're doing stuff for them. That's what I believed. And so that's why I would people please. Because I wanted to show or prove, I should say, that I'm worthy of your friendship. I'm worthy of the connection. That's what I was trying to do, right? And that backfired time and time and time and time and time again. And every time that it would backfire, I would find myself upset and resentful because when I started reflecting back on the dynamic was always Jasmine's doing for this person, and that person, but nobody's ever returning the favor. Nobody's ever checking in on me to make sure I'm good. Nobody's, celebrating my birthday. Like, that's how I felt. And through a lot of self-reflection, I had to realize, well, that's my fault. That's my fault. Because instead of me having boundaries and expressing how I feel, and if we're going to continue this friendship, things need to be reciprocated, I would just bite my tongue. And I wouldn't say anything. And then at the end of the relationship, at the end of the dynamic, I was mad. But again, the only person that I could be mad at was myself. Because I allowed people to walk all over me. I allowed people to disrespect me and not say anything. I allowed it. I allowed them to do that. Can't live like that. You can't live like that. Living like that is dark, okay? Because you end up with all this resentment. Now you're bitter, right? You're just angry. You're just angry. And nothing good comes from being angry all the time, okay? Nothing good comes from that type of energy at all, right? And also, too, it's a form of manipulation. You may not be doing this consciously, but subconsciously, you are manipulating. That's what people pleasing is. You're trying to control the dynamic. You're trying to control how people see you. So in your mind, you're like, well, if I do all of these nice things for this person, they'll always be around. They'll always be there for me. We'll always be friends or whatever, right? That's manipulation. That's manipulation. You were trying to manipulate, you were trying to control the dynamic of the friendship. That's what you're doing. Okay? Again, it's not always conscious. It's not like you woke up and was like, yeah, I'm going to manipulate them today by doing everything that they want me to do so that they don't leave me. But that is what that is. That is what that is, okay? People pleasing, you have to put yourself first. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You can't. You cannot. And when you're people pleasing, you're drained. You are drained because, again, you're agreeing to do things for people that you don't even want to do. It's not people pleasing if you really don't mind doing something, okay? If someone asks you for a favor and you truly deep down inside don't mind doing it, that's not people pleasing, okay? You are just doing something out of the kindness of your heart. But if you don't want to do it and you still agree to do it, that's a problem. That's people pleasing, okay? That is people pleasing. When you don't want to do it, but you're doing it. You are trying to please somebody, okay? And so that's why it becomes draining, because it's not even something that you really wanted to do. And you have already, if you've been dealing with this person that you've been people pleasing for a very long time, you have already identified that things are not reciprocated. Or if you didn't know, now you're thinking about it right now, watching this video, right? You have already identified that things in this dynamic are not reciprocated, but yet you still keep doing it. Why? Because you don't have any boundaries. Listen, one of the toughest pills I had to swallow in my glow up journey. People can only treat you as well as you treat yourself. People can only treat you as well as you treat yourself. When you don't have boundaries, that shows you don't have self-respect. You don't have self-love. You might think you do. It sounds cute, right? Maybe you'll get your nails done, but deep down inside, you have no self-respect at all. You don't respect yourself. You don't. Because if you did, you would have some boundaries, okay? Your confidence has gotten so low over the years, over your journey, over your life, to where you are allowing people to walk all over you, and you don't even realize that's what they're doing. You don't have a clue. I need you to wake up. Boundaries protect you from low-level situations, okay? And when you don't have any boundaries, you will meet people who will take full advantage of your access. They will take full advantage of your resources, because that's humans. Listen, I used to be very naive, okay? I used to be green as hell. I grew up very sheltered. I've said this before. Like, I just didn't know too much. I didn't know too much about people. I didn't know too much about, the way humans are. And so because I was genuinely a happy person, I lived a very good life. I had a very good upbringing. I may not have had extra, but I always had what I needed, right? I wasn't abused growing up or anything like that. So I just had a very positive outlook on life. Okay. So now here I am in my 20s, and I'm feeling good. I'm happy. And I started to really see how people operated when I got into my 9-to-5. I was clueless. I was clueless as to how people in the workforce are. Okay. I also was clueless to how my friendships were with people. I didn't know. Okay. I didn't know that people will try to overstep your boundaries. I didn't know that people manipulate. I didn't know all of that in my early 20s, but I know now. Okay, I know how people move now. And honestly, it's really just humans. Okay, it's not necessarily right or wrong. People don't always realize what they're doing. Again, a lot of times it's subconscious, meaning people are not, I don't think most people wake up like, yeah, I'm going to use them today because they let me. I don't think that's what's going on in most situations. In most situations, people are asking you, hey, can you do this for me? Because you're the person that's more likely to say yes. It's not because they're like, yeah, I'm going to use her because I have nothing else ready to do. It's because you're the person that always says yes. So why would they not ask you? Think about you. If you need something done, 9 times out of 10, you're going to ask the person who you feel like is more likely to say yes. If you know your friend always says no, you're not even going to bother asking, right? Okay, well, same in return. People ask you, your friends ask you, family members, whoever it is, they ask you for these favors because they believe you're the person that more than likely is going to say yes. Okay? That's you, right? Because you have no boundaries. Again, it's not people pleasing if you genuinely don't mind doing it. But it gets to a point where you start to realize, hey, what am I getting out of this? I'm always doing for them, and then when I need something, I'm not getting anything back in return. That's the problem. That's the problem. And so I didn't realize, back then, and even in my 30s, my early 30s, before I really went on my glow up journey, I didn't realize that I was people pleasing. I didn't even realize that. That's what was going on, okay? I had just gotten so used to doing for others and always being the initiator that I just carried that throughout adulthood. I also struggled with knowing when to walk away. Sis, you didn't just lose a relationship. You lost yourself in the process. You kept pouring into someone who couldn't pour back, and now you're left picking up the pieces of a heart that you didn't break. But here's the truth. Heartbreak did not ruin your life. It exposed the parts of you that you still need healing. Hi, I'm Coach Jazz, and inside Glow Up Academy, I help you rebuild your identity, your confidence, your discipline, so you never dim your light for love again. If you're done hurting and ready to glow up from the inside out, then join Glow Up Academy today. You have to get to a point in your journey where you realize you can't fix people. You can't make people change. And a lot of times we hold on to connections because we fear being alone. We fear loneliness. So sometimes you'll accept treatment from people who don't reciprocate or do anything for you because you don't want to be alone. Maybe you've been alone for a while, right? And so you have friendships that come into play and you enjoy just having somebody to talk to. So you'll accept bullshit because you don't want to be alone. But what that really shows is you haven't found your purpose. You are not living in purpose. Because if you are truly living in purpose and doing what you love and you're really just working on yourself, doing what you love, pouring into your passions, you're not going to feel loneliness. Of course, as humans, you're going to crave connection. That's normal. Every human wants connection. That's normal, right? But it won't be to the point where you'll accept bullshit from people just to have a piece of a friend, just to have a piece of a man, just to have a piece of a woman, right? You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. So if that is you, that is because you are not all the way fulfilled. You still have voids. You still have emptiness somewhere in your spirit that you need to fill with something that brings you joy. That's what that is. Because you are worthy of reciprocation, okay? You are worthy of healthy dynamics. And if you don't have that, that's a problem. And you have to fix it. Okay, boundaries protect us from low-level experiences. You ever gave someone the benefit of the doubt and then later on down the line, you're mad at yourself because you knew it was some bullshit way back then, but you tolerated it and now you wish you didn't? Yeah, that's because you didn't have boundaries. But if you had boundaries, you would have nipped all that bullshit in the butt way back when. Okay? Boundaries are forms of self-love, self-respect. And the beauty of having boundaries is who gonna check you? Your boundaries are your boundaries. They're not up for negotiation. Okay? It is not up for negotiation. Whatever the boundary is, that's what the boundary is. And they better get with it or get lost. Okay? So maybe a boundary for you is, I got one. Let's say you meet somebody, okay, and you decide to plan the first outing, whatever it is, friendship, romantic relationship, whatever, right? You decide to plan the first outing. Okay, you tell them, hey, you want to go do this at this time. You give them time, location, all of the things, right? And then they say, okay, you guys agree to meet at a certain time. You get there, you're on time, you're diligent. You're waiting for them. They don't text you and say, hey, I'm running 5 minutes late, whatever. You're just waiting for them. It's already been confirmed that they're coming, but now you're sitting here waiting for them to show up. Okay, the boundary could be you give people 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, you're out of there. Especially if they don't check in and say, hey, I'm stuck in traffic. You give people 15 minutes to be late. After that, we're done. You're not planning anything. They got to come with the planning. You're leaving after 15 minutes, or shit, maybe you want to leave after 5. It's up to you. It's your boundary, okay? But that's a boundary. You are protecting your energy. You are protecting your time. You are showing, hey, my time is valuable and you're not going to play in my face. So that's the boundary. You give people 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever, to get to the location that you guys agreed upon. If they don't do it, or it continues to be a recurring thing, like maybe the first time you give them some grace, like, okay, you just get to know this person, you just don't know. Okay, then the next time you tell them, hey, you know what, I really value time management and being respectful of my time. So the next time you're late, I'm gonna leave after 10 minutes. And who's gonna check you? That's your boundary. Your boundaries are there to protect you from low-level experiences. Because literally what you're walking into, if you don't check that boundary, it will continuously be a thing where every time you make plans to hang out with this person or to meet up with this person, they're always fucking late. So my question is, do you want to tolerate that forever? Or do you want to nip it in the butt right now? Exactly. Boundaries protect you from bullshit. Okay? And again, can't nobody check you on your boundary. Your boundary is your boundary, and that's just what it is. Okay? So I want you to think about past relationships, friendships that didn't work out. What things did you not like in those friendships as to why you think they didn't work out? And then what are you going to do moving forward so you don't tolerate the same crap? Okay? Maybe a boundary for you is you don't loan out money. That's a boundary for me. I don't loan money. I do not loan money. I will give it to you. And so that way there's no expectation of you paying me back. And then if you don't pay me back, now I'm pissed off, right? So I have that boundary in place for me. My thing is I have loaned money to people before. They promised to pay me back and they didn't. And now I'm upset because they didn't fulfill the promise that they made to me that they were going to pay me back. So to nip all of it in the butt, I will give you money. I will not loan it because now I have no expectation of getting it back. But I'm also, when I'm giving you this money, it is stated, I will not be giving you any more money. This is it. Do not ask me for any more money. Do not ask me to borrow money because the answer is no. And that's my boundary. And having that boundary has protected me from being upset if someone did not pay me back. Having that boundary has allowed me to not have people in my life who think that they just gonna keep asking me for money, right? And trying to take advantage of my resources. And that is a very healthy boundary for me, okay? It gives me peace. I'm not feeling some type of way if somebody didn't pay me back because I gave it to them under the pretenses that they would not have to. And I also stated, do not ask me for any more money. That's it. That's it. That's it. Right? And I don't give what they ask. So if someone asks me for $200, I'm not giving you $200. I might say, okay, I'll give you $100 and you don't have to pay me back. You know, And it's up to you. It's what you want. What's going to make you not be resentful? Maybe your boundary is, I'm not giving you any money. Fine. Don't. That's your boundary. That's the beauty of having boundaries, is who gonna check you. Who gonna check you, boo? Okay. Maybe a boundary for you is you don't let people, or you don't double text. I'm big on that too. I'm not double texting shit, because you've seen it. At this point, we all got our phones in our hands. I firmly believe you saw my message. You might not have seen it when I sent it, but I know somewhere within 10 hours, you saw it. You saw it. Everybody got their phone, they got their Apple Watch, they got their headphones, they got their phone hooked up to their car. People see your message. People see your message. And because I know that at some point you saw my message, I'm not double texting you. I'm not double texting you. If you choose not to respond, you don't have to. You don't have to. But I'm not double texting. When you ready to talk, when you ready to communicate, when you ready to share whatever's on your mind, right? Then I'm here ready to listen. Until then, I'm going to give you your space and let you handle whatever you might have going on in your life. And we can talk when you decide to text me back. Okay? And that boundary has worked well for me, because now I don't overextend. I don't have to feel like, oh, well, I called them 3 times and they didn't answer. It keeps my peace. Okay? So you have to decide what your boundaries are for your life. There's no right or wrong answer, but you need to set them. And then when people cross them, you can give them a warning. They got one warning. Maybe they didn't know. Okay, that's the other thing too. You got to communicate your boundaries. People can't read your mind. They cannot read your mind. So, they might come from friendships where they curse each other out and call each other names. That's a boundary of mine. I don't tolerate name calling. I do not tolerate name calling at all. That is the quickest way to get blocked. Ask the people I done blocked. They still trying to figure out why they can't get through. Because you thought you was going to call me a name, and I told you once not to, and then you proceeded to call me another name, and now your ass is blocked. I don't tolerate that. You can get your point across without trying to degrade me. I don't do name calling. What are we, 12? So in some friendship dynamics, that's normal for them. They call each other bitches, hoes, sluts, cunts. They call each other all that. In this friendship, I'm not doing that. We not doing that. Not over here. You're not going to call me stupid. You're not going to call me anything outside of Jazz or Jasmine. Or Chocolate Mini, if you're trying to be funny. That's it. That's it. But they may not know that. Because in the other friendships that they have, they curse each other out all day. So you will have to communicate what your boundaries are. Okay? Because people cannot read your mind. Now, once you have communicated that, and they still proceed to not follow your boundaries, okay, well, now we got some slicing and dicing to do. You can fall back. You can ignore their ass. You can block them. Whatever you want. Do what you want to do, okay? But at least you communicated your boundaries, and they chose not to pay you no mind. So that's how that works, okay? Again, your boundaries are in place to protect you from low-level experiences, all right? The days of being disrespected are over. The days of being used are over. The days of people playing in your face are over. Okay? We're not bringing that crap into 2026. Absolutely not. And let me tell you something. People know what the hell they're doing. Don't ever get confused. People know exactly what they're doing. They're not stupid. They're not stupid. They might convince you, oh, I didn't know. They knew. They knew what the fuck they was doing. They just thought you wasn't going to care. Or they thought they was going to be able to get away with it. That's what they thought. That's what they thought. And you gonna have to let them know. No, you're not tolerating that. Absolutely not. Listen, ladies, I need you to have some self-respect. And how do we start developing that? So we done came up with our boundaries, right? We've communicated those boundaries, but we still let people play in our face. Okay, well, how do we fix that? So what I need you to do, so you can start having some self-respect and some self-love, is I need you to create a routine about yourself. Why do you need a routine in your life? Because a routine develops discipline, and discipline is the highest form of self-love. When you have a routine about your life, when you have a schedule and you stick to it, you are showing yourself that you are worthy of consistency. You are worthy of working on your goals. You are worthy of putting yourself first. See, what did I say at the beginning of this video? The reason why we people please, the reason why we don't have boundaries, the reason why we let everybody just walk all over us is because we're trying to prove to other people that we're worthy of connection, that we're worthy of love, that we're worthy of friendships, that we're worthy of their attention and their validation. So you are trying to get external validation from other people because you're not giving it to yourself internally. That's why you're doing it, because you don't do it for yourself. Listen. When you start doing for yourself, when you start validating yourself, when you start respecting yourself, when you start loving on yourself, you no longer seek that from outside sources because it's all from within. So, I want you to have a routine about your life. Yes, God is the answer. And God is within you. God is within. Okay? I want you to have a routine for your life. I need you on a schedule. Okay? We're not just going to float through the day and just go where the wind takes us anymore. No, we're not doing that. That's not what we're doing, because the wind don't take you nowhere but to some bullshit. Okay? I want you to create a routine about yourself. What are your goals? What are your goals? What do you want to accomplish? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to get healthy? Do you want to start your business? Do you want to prioritize self-care? Do you want to start reading more? Do you want to go back to school? Like, whatever the goal is that you have, or goals, you should be having multiple goals, but whatever the goals are for your life, I want you to write those down. And then I want you to write down the things that you have to do in order to reach those goals for your life, okay? And throughout the day, every day, you are going to do something towards that goal. You're going to put yourself on a routine, a schedule, okay? So maybe you're off on weekends. All right, cool. Well, the days of just laying in bed till you feel like getting up are over. Oh, those days are over. You're going to get up at a scheduled time. You are going to brush your teeth. You are going to do your hair. You're going to put yourself together. Okay, you're going to get in the shower, whatever you got to do, you're going to put yourself together. And you are going to say, okay, it's Saturday. I'm going to give myself an extra 2 hours to lay in the bed, whatever. That's your business. By 9 o'clock, I'm a morning person, by the way, so just adjust it to your time schedule. By 9 o'clock, I'm going to get up out this bed. I'm going to put myself together. I'm going to go eat a healthy, nutritious breakfast. I'm going to carry my ass to the gym. I'm going to work out for 45 minutes. I'm going to come home. I'm going to sit in front of my computer and work on my business for an hour. Then I'm going to prepare me something healthy for lunch. I'm going to go outside and get some steps in. I'm going to come back in. Then I'm going to record this video. You need to have a routine. You need to have a routine based around what the goals are that you want to accomplish. And that is your schedule. And the more you stick to your schedule, the more discipline you develop. And that discipline that you develop builds that self-love that you don't have. Because now you are showing to yourself that you are worthy of prioritizing your goals. Prioritizing things that make you feel good about yourself. You are showing yourself that you are worthy of respect because you're showing yourself that you respect yourself. And since now you respect yourself, you only going to allow people in your life that respect you too. And if they don't, slice and dice. They out of here. They're gone. Okay? So that's why I'm telling you, you need a routine about your life. You need to get on a schedule. Okay? Because all this running behind these girlfriends, boyfriends, letting people talk to you crazy like they ain't got no sense, that stops today. After this video, you're gonna block some people. You're gonna audit your circle. Get to auditing. Get to auditing. Ask yourself, what has this person done for me in the last 6 months? What do I get from being around this person? Do I get motivated? Do I get inspired? Do I get celebrated? Do they even wish you a happy birthday? What do you get from this? And it can't be no pee-pee. No, absolutely not. They need to be providing you more than that, ladies. No, absolutely not. If you're dealing with a man, he need to be adding to you, not extracting. Okay? If you get with girlfriends, you should be learning, not drained. No. Why do you need to be in draining ass friendships? Huh? Why do you need to be in friendships that don't add to your life? Why do you need that? You don't. So I need you to audit who you allow into your space, into your orbit. Who do you give your energy to? And ask yourself, what have they done for you? And if you got a long list of stuff you provide for them, and you can only think of one or two, maybe a half of one thing that they do for you, that's the problem. They gotta go. They just holding you up. They taking your energy and they holding you up. Okay? I'm gonna go with red today. Do a red lip and make some content a little bit later. This is Ruby Woo by MAC. It's a matte red. This is actually my favorite color. It's so bold, like, it's just like, yeah, I'm here. Okay. All right. So you're going to have to audit your circle, man. And listen, you might get to auditing and realize you ain't got no friends. Welcome to the club. But guess what? It is so much better to have nobody draining you than to have a whole bunch of people who are draining you. Okay? In the past, relationships that I had where I was people pleasing and trying to get people to like me, those were actually the relationships that I felt the most lonely in. It actually gives you the adverse effect. Like, you're trying to hold on to these connections because you don't want to be lonely. And you know these connections aren't really pouring into you, but you're still trying to overextend yourself to get them to not leave you. But in the midst of that, you realize, like, you're actually more lonely trying to hold on to relationships that do nothing for you than to just let them go. And I'll tell you this, if you're trying to figure out Maybe they do some things for you, but you're still just trying to figure out if they're people that you should keep in your life. I want you to ask yourself, when you leave that interaction, how do you feel? I just want you to ask yourself, how do you feel? Do you feel confused? Do you feel anxious? Do you feel depressed? Do you feel insecure? Because if after you leave that interaction, after you get off the phone, after y'all stop hanging out, whatever, if emotions that come to you are negative, that's not from God. That is not from God. God would never bring something to your life that takes away from you. So if you're trying to figure out if a man is meant to be in your life, maybe he does do things for you. Maybe he doesn't completely drain you of your resources. Okay, but how does he make you feel? That'll tell you everything you need to know. Same with women. If you're trying to figure out if you should stay in certain friendships, ask yourself, how do they make you feel? If it's not good, well, then we got a problem. We got a problem, okay? Good morning. They should make you feel good. What I know about me is this. I don't have a lot of people in my life. I've gotten very selective over the years. Like, I've gotten very selective. But the few people that I do have in my life, I know that after our interaction, they feel good. They feel good. I know that. I know they feel good. How do I know that? Because they keep coming back. They keep coming back. That's how I know they feel good, right? I have a special energy about myself. And I didn't always realize it, which is why I used to allow people in my life who were energy vampires. Because I was making them feel good, but they couldn't make me feel good, right? But also, too, because I'm able to make myself feel good, it is easy for me to make other people feel good. Right? I pour into myself. I want you guys, ladies, I want you to think about, maybe you're like me, right? Maybe you don't have too many friends, or maybe the friendships that you used to have weren't the best and they just kind of fizzled away. Okay. Ask yourself, what kind of friendships would you like to be in? Like, if you could choose your perfect friend, what kind of things would you guys be doing? What would the conversations be like? How would the energy be? Would this be a woman who's also working on herself, or who's staying stagnant? Would this be a woman who only dates men who are healthy, or is she dating losers, right? Is this a woman who has her own passions, or she ain't got no passions? I want you to ask yourself, what kind of friend would you like to have? Just go down a list. Does she work out? Does she not? Does she eat right? Does she not? Does she work on her goals? Does she not? Is she positive or is she negative? Go down the list of all the things you would love to have in a friend. And then once you've written that list, I want you to become that person. I want you to become that person. So if you want a friend who is very goal-oriented, I need you to become very goal-oriented. If you want a friend that knows how to push you and motivate you, I need you to start pushing and motivating you. Because you can't get from other people what you don't give to yourself. That's what people fail to understand. Okay, if you don't respect yourself, how can you make friends with others and expect them to respect you? Where do we do that at? You can't get from people what you don't give to yourself. So sometimes the friendships that you want, who you are today, ain't aligned with them type of friends. Because if you don't fix yourself, even if you do find a friend who checks off all the boxes and what you want in a friend, why would she want to be your friend? If you always negative, if you don't work on your goals, if you don't work out, if you don't have any passions, why would she want to be your friend? I need you to ask yourself that. Why would she want to be your friend? So you need to become the friend that you're looking for. That's what you need. And I promise you, once you become that woman, whatever that is, you're going to find her. She's just going to, the universe is just going to bring y'all two together. And it's just going to click. It's just going to click. It's going to click. And you're going to be able to tell, like, yeah, she's a good woman. Like, I'm so glad I met her. It's just going to click. Okay? But also, that people pleasing stuff, we can't keep doing that. Okay? We can't keep doing that. That people pleasing stuff that we do, that's got to stop, ladies, because all it's doing is just draining you. It is draining you. Man or woman, whatever the relationship is, they need to be adding value to your life too. Listen, your energy is currency. A lot of people think it's money. It's not money. Energy is currency. Energy, the energy that you carry is what allows you to attract things to you. It allows you to manifest your dream life, okay? If you're always feeling frustrated and resentful and angry because you keep letting people use you, well, you don't have good energy. And you need good energy in order to attract the things into your life that you want. So maybe you want a business. Well, how can you manifest that business if you keep dealing with people who are taking your energy from you, and now you ain't got no energy to work on the business? So now you're not gonna have a business because the business doesn't even fall in your lap. You got to work for it. You got to show up for the business, okay? But you can't do that if your energy is constantly being drained from you. So this is why it is so important to get a damn backbone, get some damn standards for how you want people to be in your life, and stick to it. If they don't get with the program, they gotta go. They gots to go, okay? If they do not stick to your program, they will be replaced. And stop thinking that you can't replace people. That's another reason why we stick around in these friendships and relationships that ain't doing shit for us. Because deep down inside, you believe that you can't get no better. You think that the friends that you have, or lack thereof, because they ain't your friend, if they always using you, but you believe that you can't find better friends. And so you hold on to those friendships because you don't think you can get any better friends. You stay dealing with that man because you think that you can't get a better one. And so that's why you stick around. But what if I told you you could get a better one? But maybe that better friend that you want is only going to come once you work on yourself. If you want a friend who is very confident in herself, well, she probably has boundaries, right? Okay, well, in order to attract that type of friend into your life, you're going to have boundaries too. You're going to have confidence too. So sometimes, a lot of times, we have to work on ourselves internally first and get our own mindset together. And then once we've healed ourselves and we've worked through past pain and trauma, now we're in a space to be a good friend to another good friend because we've worked on ourselves. So sometimes you're not aligned with the friendships or the relationships that you want, right? Because if you were to meet that person right now, you would run them off because they worked on themselves and you haven't, right? So you're not going to be a good friend to them. And they going to detect it because they've worked on themselves. So they got boundaries. They ain't with the shits, right? Okay, well, you're going to have to work on yourself. And then once you do, I promise you, the universe is going to bring you people who also worked on themselves, okay? then they worked on themselves. All right. So sometimes you're gonna have to fix yourself. There's things about you you're gonna have to fix. It is what it is. But guess what? Once you fix it, things will get better. Okay? All right. Good morning. So I got some packages here. Got a lot of packages to open up. Let's see what we got. I got like 6 packages I got from downstairs. Let's see what's going on in here. Y'all know I do TikTok shop. Make sure you guys follow me on TikTok. The link is in my my description. So that way you guys can see what I got on. Order. Ooh, I should have got the scissors. I don't know what this is. What is this? And yeah. Let's see what's in here. Okay. Ooh, makeup. Okay, so I went to Ulta last week and I was playing around with different lips. This came from Juvia's Place, but they didn't have the color, so I ordered it off of Amazon. This is Take a Seat. It's a velvety matte liquid lipstick. Okay, so I don't even remember what color, because I tried on so many different colors. Ooh, it's red. Okay, so it's Take a Seat by Juvia's Place. Let's see. Oh, yes. Now this is red. This is some red, honey. Okay, let me show you guys. I already did my lip today, so I won't wear it today. But it was like, when I tried it on at the store, it was like a stain. Yes. Yes. Y'all, this is gonna be, oh yeah. I am so excited for this color. So if I remember, we'll wear it tomorrow. But that's what this is. Juvia's Place, Take a Seat, liquid matte lipstick. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and put it in my lip bag. It's pretty, it's bright. It's like a, yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited. It's something about like bold lip colors. Like, I don't know, like nudes are cool. It's cool, you know, but I don't know. I just like color. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I like color. Like, I just like to be different. How about that? I just like to be different. I just like to stand out, okay? So I like colors. Nude is cool. Like, I'll wear nude from time to time, but I like colors in my life, okay? All right, let's see what this is. What is this? Oh, okay, so this is for my TikTok shop. So I'll wear this. I already did the burgundy. I got a burgundy one. So this is black. So it's a jumpsuit. It's a one-piece jumpsuit, okay, size extra large. And so it zips. So you could wear this to the gym. You could wear this to run errands. Like, it's whatever you want to do, right? So it zips, but it has the hooks. So you hook yourself all the way up and then you zip the front, right? It's got tummy control. And in the back, we got butt lifting, okay? So your booty is going to be bootying. And it has adjustable straps here, so you can have it lay longer or higher up. It's up to you. The only downside to this is there's no padding in the bra section. That's the only thing. But other than that, like, it's super cute. I already wore the burgundy one. It fit great. I am 6'3", and it still came above my ankles. So it's very stretchy, very, very stretchy, but I would still suggest you get your size. I wouldn't size down, just get your size, but it is very stretchy. All right, so I have something special today, ladies. What? Can you say gym wear? Anywhere, whatever you want to wear this to, I got you. Okay, so this is a one-piece jumpsuit. I am wearing color burgundy. So it has hooks, so you hook her up, then you zip it, all right? One piece, very stretchy. Now let me show you guys the back. It has the adjustable strap so you can lower it or bring it up however you choose. Butt lifting, okay? I am 6'3", so I'm very tall, and it still comes right above my ankles, so you're good on length. Go ahead and order. Click the orange basket above my name. Y'all can thank me later. Bye, ladies. Some stuff like, I don't like to feel, how do I put this? Sometimes I don't want to struggle to put something on. Like sometimes I just want it to come up the way it's supposed to. Sometimes I don't feel like jumping up and down to get my legs into, you know what I mean? Like sometimes I just want it to be a smooth pull up, okay? So just get your size. Like I feel like a large I would have had to like jump up and down in. Sometimes I just don't feel like doing all that, okay? Sometimes I just want to put it on, not break a sweat. I don't want to feel like I'm working out trying to put on some damn clothes. Okay? Sometimes I just don't have the energy for it. All right, so next thing, I think this is from TikTok too. Oh yes. So I love me a matching set, honey. I love matching sets. I am in my matching set era, okay? If it's not a matching set, I don't want it. All right, so this is a 2-piece sweatsuit set, okay? And because I love color, one thing I've been working on this year is not avoiding black, because I did just get black, but I like to try other colors, okay? So actually this, I told y'all the first one I purchased was burgundy. Okay, and then because I liked it so much, I was like, okay, I'll get the black. But I'm just really trying to step away from black. To me, black just gives death. Yes, it's slimming. Yes, everybody looks great in black, but I'm in my colorful era, okay? Like, I'm all about colors. So this is like an olive green. Yeah, it's like an olive green. And again, I gotta make content on all this stuff. Ooh, so it's nice and soft. Okay, now, I'm not gonna lie, I was worried about ordering because I didn't know if it was gonna be see-through. Sometimes when you get stuff and it's like not as expensive, things will be see-through, right? But this feels very thick. So I got an extra large, okay? It seems very stretchy. So you have the waistband. Yeah, so I think this will fit just fine. Okay, so olive green, and then the matching jacket. It's like a hoodie, no zipper, but pockets. And it's given like kind of like crop top like. I do have a long torso because I'm so tall, so I don't know how much of my torso will be out. But yeah, so this is that, okay? So I'll try this on as well and let y'all know how that fits. I love doing TikTok shop. It gives me a reason to get close. And if you guys have not, it's really easy to start TikTok affiliate. Like some of y'all be overthinking shit. Y'all just overthink everything. Whatever it is you like to buy, that's what you need to be promoting. And yeah, it gives me a reason to be able to get clothes because then I get them for free. I am surprised as to how many people, I've only been doing TikTok affiliate. Are we on a month now? I think it's been a month. Might have been 3 weeks. Maybe we're right at a month. And I've already made $75. So I was looking at some people's TikToks and they were talking about how it took them like months before they started getting people to click on whatever it was they were promoting. But see, I don't overthink stuff. I just do it. I'll figure it out later. You know, I don't sit around and second guess myself anymore. I just do it. If it don't work, it don't work. To hell with it, right? But the time that some of you guys waste when it comes to making content, it just doesn't make sense. All right, so this is from Amazon. It's cold outside, so I just got a whole bunch of my lotions for my fanny pack when I'm walking, my purse, my car, Cetaphil. If y'all looking for a lotion, Cetaphil. Cetaphil, Cetaphil, Cetaphil. It is a little expensive when it comes to lotion, but I'm telling you, I used to have psoriasis. So psoriasis is kind of like eczema, but worse. It's like eczema on crack. And my skin used to burn, like my back, my neck, under my chest, like it would just burn. My armpits, Cetaphil. Cetaphil, okay? Get you the Cetaphil cream. It's very thick consistency. It's not watery, okay? So if you're looking for a lotion, Cetaphil. All right, I told you it was like Christmas. It was Christmas for me in this mailroom, okay? All right, so another Amazon. Let's see what this is. I don't know. Okay, so I have this on a subscription. That's the one thing I love about Amazon is more lotion. It's on a subscription. Oh, I forgot. I got more lipstick. All right, so this is what I use for my body. So Cetaphil, very thick, creamy paws. This is $16 for this tub. This lasts me about a week and a half, somewhere up in there. Okay, so more colors. Juvia's Place Velvety Matte Lipstick. This is Soil. Yes, this was the one I was super excited about. This color is Soil, okay? So it's like an orange. I've never done an orange lip before. I have never done an orange lip before, but I am so excited about this. I'm just, like I said, the thing about me and what I hope that you'll do too, don't be afraid to try new things. That's the biggest thing. Like, stop going with the grain, okay? Step outside the grain. Do something different. Whatever other people are doing, do the opposite, okay? Do the opposite. Do the complete opposite with anything, right? And it's okay. If it don't look right, okay, noted, right? But at least you tried. At least you tried. Now, I have never seen anybody with orange lips, but I was in one of those moods. I was in Ulta. I was just, sometimes I'll go in there, I'll play around with some blushes, or I'll just, like I have my normal stuff that I always get, like my foundation, my concealer, those are the things. I'm not changing the color of that, right? But other stuff like your lip, your blush, if you do eyeshadow, play around. I want to get into eyeshadows. I haven't done it yet. I don't really know how to put it on, so that's why I haven't played around with it. But, just try something different. Shit, you don't have to look like everybody else. You don't have to be a clone, okay? A lot of women, they stick to like nudes when it comes to their colors on their face. And I used to be the same way. I don't know why I can't open this. I used to be the exact same way, especially because, I've shared in a video before, there was a point, this was a long time ago, so I don't want no pity now. I'm way past it. It honestly does not bother me anymore. But I used to hate being a dark-skinned girl. I really did. I struggled with that in my high school years. And so I think for me, I was afraid to try different colors and looks because I was just under the pretenses of, oh, I'm too dark for that. So I would just stick to nudes, right? But it wasn't until I became a content creator and then I had a period where I just wasn't wearing makeup at all for a long time. But anyways, it wasn't until I became a content creator these past couple of years where I started following, more dark-skinned makeup artists and like seeing the colors that they do with their face. And I'm like, oh my God, it looks so pretty. And it kind of gave me that boost of confidence that I needed to start trying things myself and not be afraid to put on color on my face. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this was so long ago. So like, I'm way past it. Like today, the color of my skin, I don't even think twice about it. Honestly, I forget I'm dark skinned. Like it is an afterthought, Okay, here we go. So, just try it. Just try it. Worst case, it don't look good. And now you know, okay? All right, so this is Juvia's Place. This is color Soil. Let me show you guys. So it's giving like a burnt orange type of color. All right, let's go ahead and, I'm so excited about this. I am so excited. Look at this. Can y'all see that? Okay. Just so you guys know, people on live, I am recording for YouTube. So yes, I'm excited about this color. I am so excited. I wish I forgot. What should we do? Should we try it? Let's try it. Let's try it. Okay. I was gonna wait till tomorrow, but I'm so excited about this color. So we'll just go ahead and try it. I'm gonna wipe this red off. Ugh, I don't know. It's something about like red lipstick. I feel like, it's like even when you try to wipe it off, it's still some left. It might not be completely bare, but that's okay. We'll still give it a go. Okay. And I'm not gonna lie, when I was doing this in Ulta, like, it's like, you know, they have the samples, and so you gotta use the Q-tip, and it just wasn't, I only like did a little bit of my lip, and I was like, okay, yeah, I like it. Let's just, you know, I didn't even do the full lip, so I don't know. I don't really know, okay? I'm trying to think, what liner should I do? Let's do, this is Brownie. Maybe I should do the dark liner. I have, or should I do Night Moth? Y'all think I should do Night Moth with it? Okay, we'll try Night Moth. So Night Moth is MAC, but I don't know if it's supposed, Night Moth on me, it gives more like a, it kind of comes off like plum, like a really deep purple. That's what I get. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to be that or if it's supposed to be more like a chocolate, but on my lips, it gives plum, like just like a really deep purple color. But we'll try that. So let's go ahead and line us up. And I still use Night Moth. Like I've been using it, but I just noticed like it doesn't really give chocolate. Okay. And then like, I don't like the sharp line when it comes to liner. So I always, what I'll do is I have like this little spongy thing. I don't know what you call it. And I just kind of like, so that way the line isn't so like, you know, I don't know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about, but whatever. Okay. It's not so sharp, if that makes sense. Okay. So here we go. So I always put more liner up top, and then I'll fix it once I put the color on. I'm excited. Okay, I don't know how this is gonna look, but I'm excited. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna start with a little bit, and then we'll just kind of add to it. Oh. Okay, here we go. Oh, wow. Okay. We got a lot going on here. I don't know. I don't know. It's not giving what I thought it was going to give. Let me play around with it some. I don't think I should have used Night Moth. I think I should have used, I had an espresso liner. I think this is a little much. So I love the consistency. Like it's like really thick. And like when you pat on it, it mats it out. I love that. Like it's giving like a stain in a sense. Like it's like a stain. It's just, I don't like the liner. It's not even the lip. It's the liner. I don't think Night Moth is the liner for me for this. I should have grabbed my espresso liner. Now it's sticky. The lip, it's like sticky. So when I do this, it's like, it kind of feels like you have syrup on your lips. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of sticky. I don't know. I don't think this was the right liner for this. I think I need more of a brown. I had a espresso liner. I don't know where it is. Hold on. Maybe I put it in here. This is my, okay, found it. All right, let's do the espresso liner. Okay. It's like, I know I have espresso. So espresso on me, this is Juvia's Place. This is color, yeah, espresso. It's like dark, deep chocolate. I think that would look better than the night moth because the night moth is giving like a plum purple and I just don't feel like that's the right color for this. But I love like the stain, like I love the color, but it's something I'd have to play around with a little bit more. Just because I got to play around with the look. Okay. And then just wipe some of this off. Okay. I don't know. It's a little sticky. It's a little sticky. That's the only thing. I don't know. I'm gonna have to let it sit on me for a little while, but that's okay. And maybe I need a little gloss with it. I do have a gloss. I thought I had a gloss. Oh, yep, here we go. And that's okay. Let's gloss it up. Maybe we just need a gloss. Let's see what we got. It's just a clear gloss by, I don't know who this is by. Ooh, my lip gloss is popping. Okay. I don't know. I got to play around with it. It's not a no. It's not a yes. It's just a we'll see. It's a we'll see. We'll see, okay? But I ain't playing with my lip no more. We got stuff to do. All right. It's something that I will continue to play with. I think I can make it work. It's a very pretty color. It's just something I have to spend more time with. And honestly, I don't feel like it right now. We got stuff to do. We got to do these affirmations. So we'll come back to it. I'll let y'all know tomorrow if I liked it. I don't even know if I'm going to wear this color when I do my content, honestly, because I got to play around with it. It is what it is. But regardless, let's go ahead and get into some affirmations this morning. I don't know. Okay. It's okay. Good morning. It's okay. It's okay. All right. Let's get into some affirmations. You guys, these are on my Amazon storefront. It's the affirmation deck. Okay. I got them off Amazon for like $8. And you get a whole bunch of affirmations and stuff. And you know, one of the biggest things that we work on this channel is belief in self, self-love, self-care, just improving who we are. No people pleasing, none of that bullshit. No. To hell with all that, okay? All right. I always have and always will hold the power to create my own reality. I am powerful. I always have and I always will hold the power to create my own reality. Amen. Whatever you want, I tell y'all, you can have it, but you got some things going on in this head that's holding you back from getting to where you want to be in life. Limiting beliefs. Somebody somewhere told you you can't do something and you believed them. And now here we are at our grown age, acting like we can't get stuff done. Acting like we're not good enough and it's not going to work because so-and-so told me 10 years ago that I won't shit and I believed them. No, don't listen to them. If somebody told you something about yourself, that's because that's who they are, okay? You guys got to understand, a lot of times people project. She said, I think you may be a bright winter color season. You can pull off almost any color, but look your best in bright, cool colors. Yes. Also, bright lips on dark skin looks gorgeous. Yes. That's why I love the red. Like, I love red lip. Like, a red lip for me is tea. I love it. And I love pinks, but I've never done burnt orange. So I'm still just trying to figure it out this morning. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, like, don't allow people to make you feel like you're not worthy, because that's not true. Okay. Don't do that. You can create any life you want, but it is going to require you to put in some work. You're going to have to put in some work. Now, you can't just manifest with action. Okay. Let's do another one. And I love these cards too, because they separate the affirmations based off of how you're feeling. So if you're feeling sad, if you need motivation, if you feel anxious, what's the other one? If you need self-love, if you need confidence, like, they're all separated based off of what it is that you're looking for. So it's different affirmations depending on your mood. I choose hope over despair and trust in better days. I choose hope over despair and trust better days. Okay. You have to decide. You have to make the decision. What are we doing? Are you going to work towards your goals, or are you not? Don't lose faith, y'all. And sometimes I think too, we underestimate how long it takes to get things done. So, like, for instance, when I wanted to lose weight, I thought I could lose 100 pounds in like 4 months. I don't know why I thought that, but I did. And so when it took 18 months, I was like, why is it taking so long? But again, we feel entitled to results in a certain time frame. So whatever time frame you thought it was going to take, go ahead and 3x or 4x that, because it's going to take longer. Because you always just like I used to, underestimate how much time things take to get done. So don't lose hope. Don't think that your business isn't going to grow. It is going to grow, but not in 2 days. Okay? Not in 2 days. My emotions are valid and I honor them. My emotions are valid and I honor them. You guys, don't let people play in your face. If somebody made you feel a certain way, you're not crazy. You're not overthinking. You're not being too sensitive. Your emotions are valid, okay? Don't let people play in your face. A lot of times when people do that, it's because they just don't want to take accountability. If something made you feel a certain way, if something hurts your feelings, then you're allowed to feel that. You are allowed to feel how you feel. And don't try to mask the emotions either. Feel it, sit in it, accept it, okay? But your emotions are valid. If you're feeling sad, that's valid. If you feel disrespected, that's valid, okay? You're not doing too much. I radiate confidence, positivity, and courage. I radiate confidence, positivity, and courage. Clock it. And let's do one more. Let's end with this. I trust myself and my abilities to succeed. I trust myself and my abilities to succeed. If you even thought the thought, that's because you can do it. And God would not put something in your head if you were not capable of doing it. Okay? But in order to get it done, it's going to require you to change some things about yourself. Okay? But you can. And you will. All right, you guys, I enjoyed y'all so much. Make sure you guys join Glow Up Academy. This is the space where we transform. I teach you how to build your online business, but I also teach you how to build yourself, your discipline, your confidence, your self-respect, your healing journey, everything internally we got to work on so that you can follow through with things that you start, so you can believe in yourself in order to get it done, okay? So even when times get hard, even when you feel like giving up, the self-respect and the self-love that you've developed within yourself will keep you going. Okay? I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. I found Jasmine on a TikTok live one night, and I was already in the online space, but I wasn't a total beginner. But her confidence and her grounded energy really stood out to me. So that's why I joined her Glow Up Academy. And since then, my TikTok has grown from 2,000 to over 21,000 followers. I have built an email list of nearly 2,000 people, and I've made over $1,000. And her guidance just to help me stop overthinking and focus clearly. And so now I just take action faster and I trust myself more. So that was the main reason I really wanted to join her academy, because she just has this energy that I felt was missing a little bit in me. So whether you're new or you're experienced online, I highly recommend Jasmine's Glow Up Academy. It's packed with a lot of value and you will learn so much.